We know there's a ton of travel gear out there, and while we all have our preferences, there is some gear that makes trips easier and some that you can do without. In this video, we're gonna offer some tips on how to cut down your carry-on and be present and disconnect on your next trip, along with a slew of other things that make your trip better. So if you're traveling soon or planning a trip, don't miss out on these tips. We're starting this video off with a bang, or bag rather. And it's not just because of what you love most about our videos, it can make or break your trip, truly. So it should come as no surprise that we recommend using a travel backpack for your next trip instead of rolling luggage. Carrying your gear on your back keeps your hands free. This makes it way simpler to go through the airport. You have two hands for your documents, to grab snacks, for boarding and deplaning too. If you land hours before check-in, it's a lot easier to start taking in the sights while carrying a backpack than it is to navigate city streets, shops, and museums with something rolling alongside of you. Have you ever tried to roll those wheels on the beach? Probably not. On the other hand, you can carry a backpack out on the sand to start relaxing the minute you land. It's also easier to hang a backpack and take out clothes if you want to change after a flight. Not to mention, if you're visiting a place with a lot of stairs, cobblestones, or dirt paths, you're gonna like that you don't have wheels to drag across those surfaces. If you want a travel backpack but aren't sure what to look for, we've reviewed hundreds of bags and have a detailed guide on our site. Plus, we're also working on a video roundup of the best lightweight travel packs, so if you're not subscribed, make sure to do that so you don't miss it. Now, there may be good reasons you need to roll your bag instead of carrying it. If you can't carry a heavier bag, prioritize a roller with a comfortable carry handle for when you must pick it up, whether you're heading up countless flights of stairs with no escalator in sight or navigating crowded streets. Some rolling carry-ons even include backpack straps, so they're not as comfortable as a travel backpack. Next up is our suggestion for your secondary bag. We prefer to carry a sling or crossbody bag daily on a trip instead of a big day pack or purse. This makes for the perfect 1.5 bag setup to carry everything you need without weighing you down. We just made a video of our favorites in every single style, and you can check it out here if you missed it. Put the gear you use through the airports into a small sling that sits on your chest and pair it with your travel backpack while traveling. You'll have your phone and passport at the ready for whenever you need to produce your boarding pass or identification. Then you can drop off your big travel backpack at the hotel the moment you arrive and just take your small bag out for a day of exploring. Hitting the ground running without needing to repack things in your bag that you want to take out with you for the day. It's a better way to carry more than you can fit in your pockets, and since you're wearing it across your chest, it's more secure than a bag someone could pull off your shoulder or unzip while you're not watching your back. The look of a sling isn't for everyone, but there are plenty of sleek and fashionable options out there. I figured out in Asia that you look a little less like a tourist with a sling than you would while walking around with a backpack. It seems like I'm hassled more by cab and tuk-tuk drivers when I'm wearing a backpack and just looking like a tourist. If you feel like you need to carry more with you, there are some spacious slings and crossbody bags out there, so there's bound to be something to suit your needs. Another swap to make, especially outside of the US, is to bring a reusable bag for purchases instead of relying on single-use plastic sacks. That's why we recommend making space for a packable tote in your travel backpack. Brands like Nada Bag, Matador, and Orbit Key make great lightweight bags in different styles that can sometimes even compress down to be small enough to fit in your jacket pocket. That means you'll always be ready to pick up a local bottle of wine at the market down the street from your accommodation. They even come in handy to carry your shoes when you decide to visit the beach. While they typically lack padded straps and might get a little uncomfortable long term, we think the pros outweigh the cons here. Our second set of swaps concerns what you use in the bathroom. It all boils down to getting to the necessities instead of dumping your entire cabinet in your suitcase before your trip. We're gonna start with medications and supplements. There's a chance you'd have to pack up to a half dozen bottles to have pain pills, vitamins, and daily medications with you on your trip, but you don't have to. Instead, add just what you need into a pill organizer to make it easy to grab whatever medication you need. I keep things like melatonin and multivitamins in the travel canister from Matador. If you take multiple pills daily, these Mycolia cases can fit what you need for each day of your trip. You can use each compartment for a different type of pill and label the lid of each compartment. One small organizer takes up less space than multiple bottles. If you don't need to fill every compartment, the remaining space is handy for jewelry, earplugs, and other tiny travel essentials. Check the rules for every country you visit if you have to take a lot of prescription medication with you. Some security offices might require documentation if the control is strict for some medication that you take. If you're just packing OTC medication and supplements, it might just be easier to get them at your destination instead of having a strict security officer take them away. Why not just get travel-sized bottles of medication instead? Well, for the same reasons, we recommend refilling reusable containers with things like shampoo, soap, and toothpaste. First of all, you won't have to compromise on brands and you can keep using the same products you use at home every day. But more importantly, it makes packing easier. When you fill your toiletry bag with these same reusable containers each time, you know exactly how they'll fit into your DOP kit. Travel size products tend to vary in shape and size depending on when and where you buy them. So you might replace a short, squat bottle with a tall, thin one and have to rethink your entire packing strategy. I've had this issue before in Asia when I ran out of hair pomade and then I had to buy a larger bottle that just didn't fit into my DOP kit. Instead, I transferred it all to the Go tub that I had been using and it all just fit perfectly like before. Just be careful with sunscreen though, as transferring it between containers can reduce its effectiveness. When you get home, you have some options. If you'll be traveling again soon, just top the bottles up for next time. If you don't have another trip on the horizon, you can use the little that's left and toss your empty bottles back into your toiletry bag to refill the next time you travel. After a few trips, you'll start to realize what of your products works best in different containers too. Lauren and Christine love the Cadence capsules, but they're better for lotions and creams than liquids. On the other hand, it can be hard to get the last little bit of a thick sunscreen or gel out of something like the Gravel travel bottles. So we use those for more liquidy things like shampoo and conditioner. In most cases, mixing and matching is the way to go, and it's super satisfying when you find the right setup for you. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, but it also might be the most controversial topic to consider. How much clothing do you actually need? This somewhat depends on your trip, but not entirely. Even if you're packing for a month, you're not going to haul your entire wardrobe along with you, right? The answer is no. Instead, condense it down to a capsule wardrobe. What that means to you depends on your level of minimalism, but in general, you can pack a couple of bottoms that go with all of your tops so you can mix and match. It helps you cut down on what you pack as long as you're committed to doing laundry on vacation, or you choose your materials that resist odor and can be worn more than once, like merino wool or bamboo. That same advice also applies to shoes. If you choose your travel shoes carefully, they can fit for pretty much every occasion. Opt for something closed-toe and comfortable enough to wear daily. I prefer more minimalist shoes like those from Vivo Barefoot, but you can also do it with sneakers. Either way, try to choose something more neutral or dark instead of a bright statement shoe, since black, white, and brown go with more apparel than something bright or multicolored. Even if you need a sandal for certain vacations, you can either pack something super thin or wear a sandal that locks onto your foot for your everyday pair. Whether you prefer something super low profile like a barefoot sandal or a pair with more support like Tevas, you can still be active without your shoes flopping around as you walk. Sunny trips also call for a hat, but there's a ton of packable options available that don't take up your suitcase or get crushed. There's plenty of packable ball cap style hats out there, though we really like the Pack Light hat from Getaway because its brim is less floppy than other packable headwear we've tested. A hat like this compresses small enough to fit into your pack or sling, so you can have it wherever you need some shade. Just make sure that you opt for material that's soft and breathable, since you don't want to compromise on comfort just to squeeze it in. If you prefer a straw style hat, we've tested several that compress pretty flat, but you're still going to have to squeeze them in your carry-on to make them fit. Just remember to unpack them as soon as you arrive, so some of those wrinkles and kinks can work themselves out before you wear it. In most cases, you don't need to bring a huge tech pouch on a trip. Instead, we recommend bringing one universal cable instead of a ton of tiny ones if you can. It will save you from having to untangle them if you threw them all together in a rush, and it means you can use a smaller pouch. We like cords from Rolling Square and Futurizza tech with different connectors so you can swap on each side if not all your gear is USB-C yet. That lets you charge an older iPhone, cheap headphones, and more without needing a separate charger for each. You can also be the hero for your friends and family if they run out of battery while away from their accommodations, since having one cord means you can carry it with a charger or battery bank in your sling and be ready for anything. When it comes to chargers though, what you choose depends on your destination. If you're traveling to another country, we recommend getting a combination travel adapter and a universal wall charger. We mean one with different prongs that pop out for different outlets, but that also accepts USB-N plugs so you can use it for everything. Remember though that if you use this kind of adapter, it doesn't necessarily adjust voltage, so just make sure that the electronics you're charging are dual voltage. And if you're not traveling for business or working remotely, you might be able to leave your tablet and laptop behind. There's a good chance work will sneak in if you have your laptop with you, so try to disconnect so you can rest and recharge. You know, the way people used to on vacations. You'll enjoy your trip more and be ready to hit the ground running for when you return. You can still watch movies or FaceTime friends and family at home on your phone, but if the screen is too small, it won't be as enticing and you might not choose something else instead of catching up on the latest season of your favorite show. If you need to be productive for a short time, many of the apps on your computer are also available on your phone. You might be able to leave a camera behind too, depending on what kind of photographer you are. Frankly, these days, your phone can do it all, sometimes even better than other cameras. We know that Gen Z is longing for the days of point and shoots since they don't remember the pains and joys of analog. So definitely pack a separate camera if you want to be on trend. Most newer phones have great cameras and you can snap photos of sunsets and starry nights that are clear enough to share on Instagram. Then you only have to carry one thing in your sling or pocket instead of carrying more devices. So these are the travel essentials we'd recommend over others for every kind of trip. Hopefully these tips will help you avoid packing mistakes you'll regret later. What do you think is the best travel gear to take on a trip? Let us know down in the comments below. Thanks for giving me here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.